Hey guys, so in this video, I hope you could hear me better because, I got, these are $10 headphones and I hope they work well and I hope you can hear me, so, I want to talk to you about radical groups. I'm talking about radical anything, radical liberals, radical conservatives, radical feminists, radical Islam, radical anything. Radical groups are dangerous to society. They are. They're dangerous to society. And if you look at the leader of radical conservatives, look at Rush Limbaugh. He's a dangerous demigod. And I mean it. In all seriousness, he's a dangerous demigod. I can make fun of his fat all day. I can make fun of his weight issues all day. I could say, even though I wouldn't mean it, I could say that he's a pencil-sized penis, but I'm not gonna... I mean, it sounds funny, but it's probably not true, but you get the point. But in all seriousness, he's a dangerous demigod, because he tells other conservatives who think like him to be afraid of not radical liberals, but liberals in general, like liberals like me who talk about why people should have rights and what things should be legal and what things should be illegal, like just your basic liberal Democrats who don't go to the extreme of all conservatives shouldn't be able to vote. I never once had that thought in my head, but there are radical liberals out there who, in all seriousness, have that mentality that anybody who's a conservative should not be able to vote. I'm not making that up. And radical conservatives have the same thing about liberals. Liberals should not have the right to vote. So, when it comes to radical groups, especially radical feminists. Now, feminism, I don't have a problem with. If you're a feminist, I've stated this in, I think, a couple of videos back, maybe more than a couple, maybe 10 videos back, that I have no problem with feminism. I never did. I am a supporter of women's rights. But what I am not a supporter of is women who think they're better than men just because they're women, and the fact that they call themselves feminists but really want to they want to make men feel like they're the problem in society, that men are the cause to their own problems. No. Anti-feminist women say, I don't need feminism because I can take responsibility for my own actions and I'm able to coexist with men without without belittling them. I think I'm getting it right. Without belittling them just because I'm a female. And those anti-feminist women, you know what? They're right. They can coexist with men, and I can coexist with women. And am I a feminist? No. Am I against feminism? No. I'm against radical feminists, though. Because radical feminists are dangerous. They can be just as dangerous as misogynistic men. And they're feministic women. Yeah, pretty much. Feministic women. That's all radical feminists are. Feministic. Because they're feministic towards all men. Especially their own husbands who treat them right. To begin with. Really. So your own husband, you're going to say, you're no good because you're a man. But yet, he's the guy who's keeping a roof over your head. Go figure. So, any radical group's dangerous. Radical Islam is dangerous. Radical Christianity is dangerous. Radical Judaism is dangerous. Any radical groups are dangerous. Because they want to physically attack. Maybe not physically, but verbally. Maybe sometimes physically. attack other people who don't agree with them. Now, do I think radical Judaism is do they want to physically hurt people? No, but they will verbally hurt people. I mean, even in New York, New York is multicultural, and the Jewish community is as big as the Christian community in New York. And there's two types of Jewish people in New York. There's the modern Jewish people, which are the ones who go to temple on rare occasion, maybe a holiday or something. And then there's the Hasids, who are the radicals, and they don't talk to, and if they talk to any moderate Jew in New York, it's maybe to tell them if they're asked what the time is, but if they're not at church constantly, they won't talk to them. But also, they're just snobby towards anybody. And I'm not stereotyping, it's the truth. Ask anybody in New York who knows a neighbor who's an Hasid Jew, and they will tell you that they're snobby. Not even joking. They are snobby. Just like the Russians in New York. They're snobby. Even more snobby than Hasidic Jews. I'm not making this stuff up. But point being, there's radical groups everywhere. In New York, in Pennsylvania, in the United States, in Russia, in Africa, it doesn't matter. There's radical groups everywhere. And they're all dangerous. At the end of the day, they're just dangerous. Do they pose a physical threat to society? No. But could they? Yes. And radical groups, they're problematic, and I'm not lying. They are. Radical Islam's a problem. Radical Christians are a problem. Any radical group is a problem. Am I saying this because I'm being hateful? No. I'm telling you the truth. Any radical group is dangerous. Do I classify myself as a radical liberal? Hell no. I'm a radical liberal. I'll tell you what a radical liberal is. A radical liberal, what they do is they'll say, and I'm not joking either, a moderate liberal like I am who wants some law and order to some things, I don't want everything free and open to public. But a radical liberal, if a woman gets pregnant through rape, and I'm calling out, let's see, a certain Pennsylvania senator who, ran last year during the race. I won't say his name, just to be a gentleman. I won't say his name. But he said, and I'm not joking, and I quote him, "Abortion is wrong on all levels, including rape, and a woman who is raped should have the child. If she doesn't want the child, she should put it up for adoption, but she should carry through the pregnancy." Yeah. That's what he said. He said even if a woman is raped, that she should carry through the pregnancy. That she should have the rapist's child. That's a radical liberal for you. A moderate liberal, like I am, if a woman is raped, she has every right to an abortion if she wants to. Am I against abortion? No. If a woman can't have a child because maybe of a certain pre-existing condition she has and she could die during childbirth, she has a right to an abortion. I'm all for early abortion. I really am. I'm all for early abortion, like if maybe the first 3 weeks and she just finds out she's pregnant and maybe she has a certain career that she can't afford to have a child, even though she might be financially suitable to have a child, and she, like an athlete, for example. If a female athlete, tennis player, if she is told that she's pregnant, I think she should have the right to have an abortion, because if she has a child, that means her career is over. She can't go back to the game until, what, 18 years later after her child's off at school. And yeah, some people just can't afford to have children physically because of what they do. And this is what people against abortion that want it illegal don't understand, is the fact that even though the person may be financially suitable to have a child, physically they can't. For whatever reason it is, maybe they're an athlete and they can't afford to have a child because it'll ruin their body type. And their body type helps them win their races or tournaments, whatever. And especially when it comes to women with pre-existing conditions. Yes, and even some people who are against abortion have enough decency to say, yeah, a woman should have a right to abortion if it's going to kill her. But you have some extreme people who are against abortion so much that they'll say, oh, even if she dies, the child should live. Are you crazy? No. And what even is worse is when radical feminists say that a woman has a right to her body some way. Some way she has a right to her body. Let's see, moderate feminists and anti-feminists say she always has a right to her body. Radical feminists are crazy. They really are. They're vegans that eat meat, that haven't had meat their whole life, and then they finally have it and they've gone crazy. That's radical feminism. Pure craziness. And dangerous. Anyway, the point of this message is the fact that radical groups are dangerous. Do they have the right to exist? Yes, they do. They have every right to exist. This is America. They have every right to exist. Can we coexist with them? Yes, we can coexist with them. But should we give in to their demands if we disagree with them? No. That's the thing about radical groups. You have to stand up to them and tell them, no, what you're saying is wrong. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys learned something from this. See you guys.